Have you ever found yourself wondering why you think the way you do? Or why your emotions sometimes take over your actions? Why do we behave in certain ways, even when we don't fully understand it ourselves? Human behavior is one of the most fascinating topics out there. Our thoughts, feelings, and decisions are influenced by many unseen factors, from brain chemistry to early memories, from social surroundings to personal habits. Psychologists have spent decades studying the human brain and how it works, and although there's still much to learn, they've already uncovered many interesting facts. These insights can help us understand not just ourselves, but the people around us too. By exploring human behavior, we get a clearer view of why we do what we do. So today, let's take a deep dive into 11 interesting psychological facts about human behavior. Each one of them reveals something important about how the human mind works, and you might even discover something new about yourself. 1. Memories from early adulthood. Stick with us the most. Have you noticed how often older people talk about their early 20s? Or why so many popular books and movies focus on coming-of-age stories? This is not a coincidence. It's something called the reminiscence bump. Psychologists have discovered that people tend to remember events from their late teens and early 20s more clearly than other times in life. Why? Because this is a period filled with powerful emotions, new experiences, and big life changes, like starting college, getting married, or becoming a parent. These events help shape who we are, and that's why they stay with us. Research shows that these memories are closely tied to our identity. They influence our beliefs, our values, and even our long-term goals. 2. Looking at your own problems as an outsider helps you solve them. Have you ever felt that you give better advice to your friends than you take for yourself? If so, you're not alone. This common experience has a name: Solomon's paradox. Studies have shown that people are usually more reasonable and level-headed when solving someone else's problems. But when it comes to their own issues, emotions often cloud their judgment. The good news is, there's a simple trick you can use. When you're facing a difficult decision, try to imagine what advice you would give a friend in your shoes. Stepping back and seeing your situation from a third-person perspective can help you make smarter choices. 3. The least skilled people often think they're the smartest. We've all met someone who is overly confident, even when they clearly don't know what they're talking about. This is explained by a psychological phenomenon called the Dunning-Kruger effect. This effect refers to people who are not very competent, but still believe they're experts. Because they lack the skills to recognize their own mistakes, they overestimate their abilities. In contrast, truly skilled individuals are often more humble. They know what they don't know. It's a good reminder for all of us to stay open-minded and keep learning. Overconfidence can block personal growth. 4. Aggressive people are more likely to own aggressive dogs. Here's an unexpected fact. Studies suggest that people with angry or hostile personalities are more likely to own aggressive dog breeds like pit bulls or Rottweilers. Why might this happen? One explanation is that people often choose pets that reflect their own personality, just like we tend to choose friends or partners who share our interests. Another reason could be environmental. People who live in dangerous neighborhoods or feel unsafe might want a dog that can protect them. But it's important to remember, not all owners of these breeds are aggressive, and not all such dogs are violent. Many loving and responsible pet owners have strong, loyal dogs. 5. Daydreaming could mean you're smarter than average. Did you ever get scolded for staring into space during class or meetings? It turns out that daydreaming isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it may be a sign of high intelligence and creativity. According to research, people who often let their minds wander tend to score higher on IQ tests. Their brains are usually more efficient, which allows them to jump between thoughts without losing focus completely. Daydreamers may look distracted, but many are actually thinking deeply, exploring creative ideas or solving problems in their heads. So next time you catch yourself daydreaming, don't feel guilty. You might just be exercising your imagination. 6. Rejection actually hurts. Physically, Have you ever felt heartbroken or sick to your stomach after being rejected? Whether it's a breakup or being left out of a group, rejection can feel incredibly painful. Surprisingly, science supports this. Brain scans show that the same parts of the brain that light up during physical pain are also active during emotional pain, such as rejection. That's why even a small rejection, like being ignored or unfollowed, can sting. Understanding this can help us be more compassionate. Emotional pain is real, and it affects our mental and physical health. 7. Using a foreign language can make you more rational. When you speak a language that isn't your native one, something interesting happens in your brain. Research shows that using a foreign language helps people make more logical and less emotional decisions. Why? Because speaking another language forces your brain to slow down and think more carefully. You must suppress emotional instincts and focus on structure and logic. This leads to more balanced, well-thought-out choices. This finding could be useful for big decisions. If you speak more than one language, try thinking through a tough issue in your second language. It might help you see things more clearly. 8. We judge others more harshly than ourselves. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Your first reaction might be, "What a terrible driver." But when you do the same thing, you might excuse yourself by saying you were just in a hurry. This is called the fundamental attribution error, a bias that makes us blame people's actions on their personality rather than their circumstances. Yet we often justify our own behavior based on the situation. Understanding this bias can improve our relationships. When someone behaves badly, try to consider what they might be going through before jumping to conclusions. 9. We think others are more easily influenced than we are. Have you ever thought an advertisement wouldn't work on you, but probably affects other people? That's the third-person effect in action. We believe others are more likely to be fooled by media, ads, or propaganda than we are. But in reality, we are all influenced, even if we don't realize it. TV shows, social media, and marketing messages subtly shape our preferences, feelings, and even behaviors. Being aware of this effect can make us more critical thinkers and smarter consumers. 10. Dopamine keeps you hooked on information. Ever found yourself scrolling through your phone for hours, even when you didn't mean to? It's not just a bad habit. It's your brain's dopamine system at work. Dopamine is a chemical that makes you feel good. It's released when you eat, exercise, laugh, or find new information. Yes, curiosity triggers dopamine too. That's why social media, news feeds, and endless video content can feel addictive. Your brain keeps asking for more, and it never really feels satisfied. Knowing this can help you manage your time online and break the scroll loop when needed. 11. Helping others can actually help you live longer. One of the most heartwarming facts on this list, volunteering and helping others doesn't just make the world better. It makes you healthier and happier too. Studies show that people who regularly give their time, money, or support to others often feel less stressed, less lonely, and more fulfilled. Volunteering has even been linked to longer life expectancy. This might be because helping others builds strong social connections and gives us a sense of purpose. So next time you're feeling low, consider lending a hand. It might be just what you need. Final thoughts. Human behavior is endlessly fascinating. These 11 psychological facts reveal just a small part of the complex, mysterious nature of our minds. From the way we remember our past, to how we solve problems, connect with others, and react to the world around us, every aspect is shaped by unseen mental processes. Of course, many of these findings come from studies done with small groups. That means more research is needed to understand the full picture. Still, they give us a powerful foundation for exploring how we think, feel, and act. So now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these psychological facts surprised you the most, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.